Well, hello, everybody. It's Lady G, and good morning. How did everybody sleep? I'm trusting that y'all had a wonderful rest and a wonderful sleep last night. Yes, honey. This morning, I just wanted to come in and say, hey, hold on a minute. Let me get my lime water, y'all. I have to every morning. I try to drink a little lime water. All right. Well, y'all, how y'all doing? Mm. A little. That's just lemon lime and hot water. That's all that is, y'all. And a little drop of lavender oil, essential oil. But anyway, y'all, how y'all doing? Listen, I wanted to come in and talk to y'all this morning and see how y'all was doing, see how y'all day went yesterday. Did y'all have a wonderful Sunday? All right, well, happy Monday. Listen, y'all, I've been doing some thinking. And I thought about our leader, commander in chief, talking about building this wall. And it's been so much controversy over this wall and so much dismay and disarray and disagreement over this wall. And I thought about that. And he was saying he was going to have this one pay for the wall and he was trying to get money for this and that. But the wall seemed to be a really big deal, for some people. Well, I thought about this wall. I thought about, you remember Nehemiah when he went to build the wall, and the people had a mind to work, and people were coming trying to call them down off of their walls, and Nehemiah said, why should the work cease, and why should I come down to you? He said, I'm doing a great work, and I will not come down. And so I've just been thinking about walls lately. So and I thought about how in some relationships you have, and sometimes the relationships don't go the way that we want them to go, and sometimes we get hurt or we get wounded or we get bruised, and we start building our own walls. We start building walls around ourselves as a type of self-defense. And sometimes we are very sweet and very nice and kind people, and mean people have a tendency to walk over you or mistreat you. Well, so we start building walls, and sometimes each really bad relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a marriage, or whatever, uh, uh, we tend to build walls because we want to protect ourselves. And I thought about those walls. Walls can serve two purposes. Walls can keep things out, or walls can keep things in. I thought about when I was looking for my first home, and I was buying my first home on my own, y'all. And I was looking and looking with the realtor, and we came to this one house. It was in the same neighborhood that I live in now, but it had this fence in the backyard. And the fence was a wooden privacy fence, kind of just like the one that I have now. But at the very corner of the yard, there was a hole in the fence, and there was a board, some wood laid up against it, like it was trying to keep something out or it was trying to keep something in. I couldn't tell. So I looked at the realtor and I said, listen, I'm not sure what that hole is. And it was kind of backed up against some woods as well. So I told him, I said, I don't know if that hole is meant to keep something out or meant to keep something in. So I think we better pass on this one. So we left and we came to where I am today. But I thought about that fence, a fence or a wall, something to enclose you. Like I have a privacy fence. And some people can see over the fence, but they can't see through the fence. You got to get real close and try to look just right. But I have a privacy fence. And privacy fence and walls, they kind of serve the same purpose. They keep things in, they keep things out. But at some point, people are able, if like I have some apartments kind of located near me, and they're like two or three stories. So the people that live on the top floor, they're able to look over my fence. So they're good and they serve a good purpose. But sometimes people are able to look over the fence. They're able to look over your wall. If their property is a little higher than yours, they can look over your wall and they can see what's going on in your territory. So it is, I thought about it. I thought about us. Sometimes when we're hurt and we're wounded, we begin to build walls and we begin to fence ourselves in because we want to guard our hearts and we want to protect ourselves. But sometimes I realize as well that sometimes as well as keeping bad out, we keep the good out as well. Sometimes in trying to defend ourselves and trying to save ourselves from a lot of hurt and pain, sometimes we fence out the good things. We fence out the good people. We fence out people that can be friends to us. In the book, it says, if a man desire friends, he must show himself friendly. So if we fence out everything and fence out everybody, aren't we fencing out the good too? Aren't we fencing out people that want to come in and show us love? Aren't we fencing out people that want to come in and be nice to us and be friendly to us. So when we build these walls, we must be careful that we don't wall out people that are here to help us. Some of us, we wall out our leadership. We don't allow our leadership to speak into our lives, or we get frustrated, disillusioned, and hard to get along with, and we begin to build those walls brick by brick. Every time somebody does something to us, or every time we suffer hurt or we suffer loss, we find another brick, and we put another brick on there. When somebody lie on us, we put another brick on there. When somebody betray our trust, we put another brick on there. And pretty soon we're all bricked in, we're all walled in, and nobody can get in. Now, people are able to see over your wall. So some people see that you're hurting. Some people see that you really are a nice person, but they can't figure out how to get in there. Because sometimes when we're fencing and walling ourselves in, we don't leave a gate. We don't leave a door so that people that are good for us can come in. So let us not be so busy building this wall and walling people out. I'm going to make sure they don't hurt me. I'm going to make sure I don't go through that again. Well, part of living is suffering. Part of living is hurting. And when we hurt, we realize that we're human. People are going to hurt us. Every day we live, there's a chance that somebody is going to hurt us. So we cannot get so busy building these walls and building these fences that people can't get in. So let us start taking down some of those walls. Let's take down those walls that so that people can get in, and the good people. Now, if you're not going to take down your wall, build a gate. Allow people to entrance. Allow people to come in. Sometimes we sit back and we say, I'm so lonely. I don't have a friend. Nobody cares about me. Nobody calls me. Nobody talks to me. Well, could it be that you have a fortified wall and nobody can get past your wall? Nobody can get around your wall. Nobody can get over your wall. Because some of us, when we build our walls, we put barbed wire and razor wire around it because we don't want anybody climbing over our walls. But remember, when we're keeping the bad out, we're also keeping out the good. So even with our relationships with our husbands, our wives, our spouses, sometimes we build walls. They hurt us and we say we forgive them, but we build that wall and we don't let them back into that place. But part of being a partnership, part of being in a relationship, isn't it to be open and to be honest and to be vulnerable? You're not in a competition if you're in a relationship. You should not be in a competition if you're in a friendship. You should not be in competition if you're in a marriage. So I think it's time to start tearing down those walls. What do you think? Some walls are good. So the walls that you need to stay erected, let them stay erected. But the walls of love and the walls of friendship, how about we tear those down? How about we build a gate? So tear down the walls that don't need to be up. Let's be friends. Let's learn how to trust. Some of us, we refuse to trust anybody, whether it's our wife, our spouse, our children, our cousins. We refuse to trust anybody because we've been hurt so bad, and I understand that. But until we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, until we can guard our heart now. You don't open your heart and tear your walls down for everybody. But there are some people that are worthy of you letting down your guards. There are some people that are worthy of you letting down that drawbridge to let them come across. Some people mean you good. Everybody is not against you. Everybody is not your enemy. Some people really genuinely want to be your friend. So search your heart of hearts, and try the spirit to see whether it be of God. And if the people, the person, the family member are genuine, and the Most High confirms it in you that they mean you no harm, tear down your wall. Now don't tear down the whole wall, because you do need to guard your heart. You do need to guard your mind. You do need to guard your family. But there are times when you need to build a gate. So learn when you need to build a gate. Learn when you need to fortify your wall. But I want to encourage you, if you're in a situation where you just can't trust people, and the Most High is sending people into your life that you know in your heart that you can trust them, I want to encourage you to tear down your walls. Allow the good people in. Keep the bad people out, but allow the good people in. This is Lady G coming to you straight from Lady G's Garden Cafe. And before y'all leave the cafe, I want you to make sure you hit that like button. And if you're watching by way of YouTube, I want to ask you to hit that like button. And if you're not a subscriber, come on and subscribe. And then hit that notification bell, because that notification bell will notify you and let you know the next time that I upload a video. So until the next upload, I want y'all to have a most wonderful, fantastic day. And tear down those walls for the good on purpose. Until the next upload, later, y'all.